Hey guys, welcome to The Motive. By definition, a reason for doing something, especially one that is not obvious, where me and Will like to try to make things more obvious that are not
Make
obvious.
sense of the unsensical.
Yes, exactly. So today we're talking mortgage related topic of something that kind of relates to a lot of the other things we've talked about, which is, what are you waiting for? That's our headline, right? What
Right.
are you waiting for?
Right.
And we're talking about if you're trying to buy a house or buy an investment or whatever the reason is. But right now, so many people are stuck in this rate mindset that they're missing way more opportunities, probably is how I feel, at least.
Right. Right. I mean,
Like, we're seeing appreciation constantly, and people, I hear it all the time. You probably hear it every day too. I'm just waiting for the rates to come down. Ooh, those are bad. Ooh, I'm waiting till it comes down. But what's it costing you
right.
in the meantime?
That's the hard part to think about, right? It's like, I mean, what are the reasons people are afraid or waiting right now, right? Rates, house prices are so high, but those haven't changed in the last 2 years since these rates have gone higher. Values have keep going up. They still continue to go up to even of this last month. So it's almost cost you a ton more, right? We've seen bits and pieces here where rates have kind of dropped a quarter here and there, and it's created a lot of buzz and more people started buying, right? We saw that. Why are you waiting for that? Because do you want to put a bid on a house with 5 other people making the price, making the sale price go up higher? Or would you rather be the only person and you can negotiate a lower price on that house? So that's the reason I think is, why don't you flip it on them, right? I know it seems kind of counterintuitive to think, why am I going to buy it at 7-8%? But you're right. You're the only one doing it. You're going to get a great deal on that house. So think of it that way. Like, flip it on the whole market, flip it on the seller, flip it on the agents. Like, you have the power at that point. The other, if they go down to 3%, you're gonna have 20 people bidding in that same house, and that $600,000 house is going to sell for 680. So
Yeah, I know there's a lot of different angles right now that you could look at, the cost, what it's costing you, basically. Like, I look at, like, I don't care right now. Yes, rates are higher. Okay, great. I'm spending $1,000 for the same house as I would 2 years ago, for example, right? Or last year. This is a year. $1,000 more. That's $12,000 more a year. But if I'm buying a $500,000 house, for example, and we know, at least in our area, it's a lot higher than that, and it goes up 5%, right? Or 4%. What is the average right now? It's like 5 or 6, right?
right around
It's about 5 or
5.
6%. Then I'm losing $25,000. Is that right? Am I doing my math correctly?
Yeah.
Okay. If I were to ask anybody without thinking about, like, the rates, and I'm afraid to do it and stuff like that, but if I said, you give me 12,000 and I'll give you 25,000, is that a smart decision or is that not a smart decision? That's doubling your money. Those are better odds than Vegas.
Right.
So that to me is a big cost of waiting right now. But like you said, there's the other side, which is competition's less right now. Like, when everybody's trying, if the rates come down, that's a big if, and when and how much, and does it make a difference anyways? Everybody's going to want to do it.
Right.
It's kind of like, it's almost like it becomes trending. If the rates went down even a half a point, everybody gets excited.
We've seen that the last 2 years.
Yeah, you said 0.25%. Everybody gets excited. It's like,
We're not guessing that. We've seen it the last 2 years. It goes down a quarter, goes down a half. We've seen a lot of buzz, and everybody starts to look at. It's such a bad strategy to wait till 5%. I know it's counterintuitive. Like I said earlier, it's weird. It's like, why would I buy with a higher rate? Why would I buy an expensive home right now? I'm gonna wait till they come down. It's not gonna work out for you. I'm not saying this just to say it. It's just it's hard to explain, like you said. And people are afraid. It's like big amounts of money, right? You're talking about $12,000 to get $25,000, and you're buying a $600,000 house. These people are afraid. This is like big money. This isn't going to, $1,000. This isn't $500. This is big money to people. So, I get it, but in the overall scheme of things, yeah, it's just not a good idea to wait right now. It does look like it's going to cause a frenzy. Imagine 5% rates towards Christmas. I mean, it's going to be a frenzy.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
No, the number is scary, but My uncle told me a long time ago, the only difference between 10 is and 100,000 or a million is a bunch of zeros. You treat it the same way, right? So,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, I think it will be a frenzy right now. But I want to go back to the rates because that's the one thing we're trying not to talk about, but it's what everybody cares about.
Right.
Subconsciously, even the savvy people seem to care about it right now more than they did, in previous years. Like, I think, when you're buying a house, like our job isn't just to, buy a house and make sure you qualify for it. It's to help you build wealth, first off, right? So with investors, they don't necessarily care about rate. Some of them seem like they do more these days, but they don't necessarily care about rate. They care about what it's going to do for them, right? Like you don't care about, the cost of toothpaste. You need it. You're going to buy it probably. It's not that. It's so from an investor standpoint, like they are looking at. They get loans typically sometimes that are like 10 to 25% interest, right? So for people that aren't investing, that think that's whack and crazy, it is high and it is ridiculous. But if it's turning a bigger profit, like I said, you're getting a bigger return on it, whatever strategy you're trying to do, then that's a great way to think. But it's hard for consumers to think about that because we only listen to what's mainstream media and the news and what people are telling us. And it's like, oh, I'm waiting for rates to go down becomes a trending word or topic.
Right.
Everybody just has that in their mind and nobody knows how to look past that. And again, like from when I think about what we're trying to do, we're not trying to just qualify somebody. We're trying to help them build wealth. Like a good feeling is 5 or 10 years from now, if somebody would say, I'm glad you helped me get that loan to buy that house because it made me X, Y, and Z, or it helped me pass it on to my kids or whatever the case would be.
Yeah. I think most people, even investors, like you said, they're usually more savvy than your primary, home borrower that just wants to buy their house. But I think we got spoiled from the COVID low rates. Everybody thinks, you go anywhere, oh, I got that t-shirt for $10 and now it's cost $100. You don't want to buy it now because you were just so used to, you're like, I can't do it. Like I just bought it for $5. So that's what people are thinking. Everybody's spoiled. I remember helping people get 2.99 investment rates 2 or 3 years ago.
Right.
Now there's 8, 9, 10%. So
yeah.
I mean, they're spoiled. They're like, I missed the boat. Yeah, you missed the boat, but
you're missing the boat again, though.
Hop on another boat.
Yeah,
keep going.
Exactly. You're still missing the boat, by the way. So what does it cost waiting? Like we just did one about rent versus own, right? And like I said, maybe owning isn't for you, but if it is, and it fits into a bigger plan, a greater plan, a longer term plan, then what are you waiting for? Like we say these things, right? Like you can restructure the debt. You can't restructure what you buy it for, right? You could refinance it. You could pay it down. You could leverage money from different places and stuff like that, but it's not going to change what you're getting right now or what you're going to lose out by not getting that right now, right?
Yeah, the rate thing is it's kind of cliche, but it's real.
It's very cliche and it's very true. Like most things that are cliche, there's a lot of truth behind it. So so yeah, I mean, to me, like I said, I think, if you're playing the long-term game and you're not trying to get rich quick and think you're going to buy this house and it's going to go up, $100,000 and you got it at a payment that is at 2% interest and blah, blah, blah. Like that, if that's your goal, then good luck. You probably don't want to do it. It doesn't make sense for you. But if you're actually playing the long game and you're actually thinking of all the benefits that you're going to get or that you might miss out on, then talk to the professionals or start looking and stop waiting and stop procrastinating on what you need to do.
Yeah, stop looking at your Yahoo home screen for your information. So
yes, get off Zillow, by the way. Why are you searching Zillow if you're not going to buy anything? You just curious?
Yeah.
Curiosity killed the cat. So they say.
So, but yeah, I think that's all great information. I think it's really relevant to today's time with what's going on. So, if you're listening, seriously, take advantage of that. I did. I'm so happy my house is worth probably $80,000 worth more than what I bought it for. And that was 8-9 months ago. So I got a great deal on it. I was the only bidder.
Are you mad that you're paying $1,000 more a month than you would have a year or 2 years ago?
No, I know it's temporary. I know it's, I can get this fixed or I can change things, but I just made so much money. I didn't have to outbid anybody. I got a great deal. Like I got to negotiate. Like you're giving up all those things at lower rates, I wish I had a lower rate. Yes, but I have six other great things that happened with this purchase.
Stop waiting. You know, what the heck are you waiting for? Ask yourself that question first off, maybe self-reflect on that. If there's a viable reason, then great, but stop wondering.
Yep.
Move on with your life.
Right.
And if you are thinking about doing it, but you're hesitant or you're concerned or you're thinking, you're basically guessing what's going to happen in the future, stop guessing. Be analytical on this part of your life. Pull the trigger and do something now. Stop waiting.
Thanks for listening.
Let us your thoughts are. Give us some feedback. Other topics you'd like to hear us talk about would be great.
Yeah.
And we'll go from